streets was waking. We're collectively missing Nip. Not just in the streets, but even in fucking potpourris.
Got Manish here. What's going on, man?
Chilling, bro.
You got the momentum going right now.
Yeah. That MAMBA HUSSLE's taking off, man. So I'm humble.
For sure. And that's the most recent, but let's talk about I Can't and Yola, Yo LA.
Yeah.
That's kicking off too, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, I released the song already, so the visuals is coming out right now. So I'd say within the next few weeks.
How important is momentum when it comes to managed music?
It's everything, you know, because once you see the receptivity, you know, and on the different outlets and the different avenues and channels, I think it's essential to just tap in and ride that, you know what I'm saying, as long as you can, just like a wave, you know what I mean?
Talk about a wave?
You're right.
Man, we're going to continue it. Hey, what's going on, world? This is K. Williams for Chronicles Media. Got another sit down this afternoon. Here with the rapper who goes by the name Manish. Manish, an LA native, is an artist of extreme focus and dedication. He recently dropped a single titled MAMBA HUSSLE, and we're here to express on that and talk about his career and everything associated with him. Manish, what's going up, man?
Shit, man, just enjoying the momentum that we got going off of this MAMBA HUSSLE, man, this dedication for Nip and Kobe, man. So it's the dedication is everything, and it's a sentimental piece to me because, you know, I really wanted to collab with Nip while he was here, you know, before anything, and we just couldn't put it together, you know what I'm saying? So, but if nothing else, you know, I at least wanted to, you know, give an anthem for the city, you know what I'm saying, and uplift the spirits back in the city, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, the key is, you know, to pay tribute and pay homage, you know, so who better than them too, you know? It's unfortunate that we lost both of those two pillars in our community, but you know, their message still resonates, so, you know, that's something that I just wanted to amplify and pedestal.
So the dedication is cemented at this point.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Due to Manish.
Absolutely.
And we're going to talk about that name in a minute, man.
For sure.
So you've been busy these days. What's been the typical day in the life of Manish?
Man, it's a constant grind, man. You know, I start my day early, you know, we'll go for a hike or some type of exercise, you know what I'm saying, and get to it, man. You know, take a look at some of the stats overnight, you know what I'm saying? And
check the numbers?
Absolutely. And just see, because, you know, if you don't know where you're at, you don't know where you're going. You know, so I keep it a constant, in the constant forefront, you know, make sure, you know, we continue to push forward.
Absolutely. Forward progression is needed.
Absolutely.
To achieve goals, right? So when you woke up this morning, describe how Manish felt in 3 words.
Focused, energized, and determined.
Energized how?
Just from a burning desire to want to succeed on a daily basis.
What does success look like for you?
Living life on my own terms.
Okay, I feel that. Is that a part of the Manish personality? What's the backdrop behind that name?
There's always a story, right? I've always been called, you know, a mannish, you know, type of person, or, you know, and even things that I'll say, and, you know, and commenting and whatever, just, you know, my perspective of life. You know, I've been a lot of people will refer to me as being mannish.
Do you accept it?
Absolutely. I wear it with pride, for sure.
Right on. So you're pretty much an LA native. What was your early childhood environment like?
You know, no parents around or nothing like that. You know, I lived and grew up in the streets, so you know, whether it was at friends' houses or, you know, in and out of foster homes and, you know, youth authority, detention centers and rehab programs. I mean, you name it, you know what I'm saying? So I went through it, but
So, a childhood, you would say, of a lot of challenges.
Oh yeah.
Growing
To
up
say
kind
the
of
least.
early.
For sure. Yeah. Absolutely. You gotta feed yourself.
To talk about music and experiences in life, because as you know, as a recording artist, a lot of the music that you record is a narrative of your life, right?
Absolutely.
Like you're telling your story. So growing up in your household, was music was it of prominence?
It was the only hope, to be honest with you, because I had nothing else around me to relate to. You know what I'm saying? Other than, you know, the shit that was going on in the streets and the shit I was involved in, and being able to relate that with the music. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, who didn't, you know, love some Tupac, or, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And just that whole thug life type of mentality, you know what I'm saying? And just, you know, when you live it, you know, it hits home, you know, so, yeah.
So who introduced you to music in general in the household? Or even outside of the household?
It was my mom, for sure. I mean, my mom, you know, she was into like Phoebe Snow and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Some of the classic R&B. And even Prince, man, she was heavy on Prince. So, but yeah, she definitely was my influence.
You was blessed with knowledge,
Absolutely.
a wide array of it, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So, who are some of your earlier influences in hip hop, and do we hear these artists in your music today?
I really, you know, I get asked that a lot, and it's a hard question to answer because, I mean, my flow is based off of my demeanor. You know what I'm saying? And just about any other artist I've ever come in contact with, you know, it's their flow is their demeanor and their vibe. You know what I'm saying? Their frequency. And so I can't really say whose frequency I'm like or you know, but I mean, I grew up on like, godly, as early back as, you know, Sugar Hill Gang. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah.
And everything in between, you know, but I liked a lot of the G-Funk, you know what I'm saying, and you know, even NWA, that hard shit, you know, Bloods and Crips banging on wax, you know what I'm saying, and East Siders, you know, you name it. So, but you know, LA's been home, so I've identified with a lot of artists out of this area, and in the Bay too, because I spent some time in the Bay, so. You know, I know some of my beats are some like Bay style beats too. So,
absolutely,
yeah,
for sure. I hear different types of influences in your raps too. So that's what wanted me to, you know, ask the question.
Right.
So I could have asked that in the phone conversations that we've had,
sure.
but I kind of wanted to ask, like, kind of, you know, live and direct, if you will.
Yeah, absolutely.
So how long have you been rapping, just in general?
Shit. About 10 years now. I mean, I've always been around the art, you know what I'm saying, and even a lot of people that have worked with a lot of big name, you know, wave makers in the game, you know what I'm saying. I grew up with a lot of these cats, but I just I wasn't into the music like that. I was in the streets heavy, you know what I'm saying, and in the shit, and I like the vibe, and I like the music, I like to dance, you know what I'm saying, you know, I like to feel that vibe and express myself like that, you know. It wasn't until, you know, I got a little older, I really started reflecting on a lot of stuff that I've been through and just telling my stories and giving my perspective, you know, and it's time, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Tony Franco Films.
Talk about more of your recent career. How many full-length projects do you have out?
I would consider that to be like an album, right?
Absolutely.
So I've got one album out. I did 18 tracks.
Well, you kept it traditional, old school, huh?
Yeah.
They don't make albums like that anymore. Everything's an EP.
You're right. Like 5, 6, 7 tracks, 8 tracks. You know what I'm saying? But nah, the reason why was because it was for my first son, who's junior, and I dropped it on his 18th birthday.
Okay, so it was a conceptual album.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. And the title is it's self-titled Man-ish for man shit.
Okay.
And it's my gift to him to go out, to give him some game, you know what I'm saying, and make sure he stays on his fucking A game regardless of what type of situation he goes through. He can hear from me.
You can always go back. I guess that's kind of his manual to life, if you will.
In a sense.
That's dope, man. In audio form too.
Right. Right.
Makes it a little bit more accessible, right?
Absolutely.
Man, that's dope, man. We talk about mood, being in a good mood, bad mood, maybe confused mood, and still wanting to actually come into the studio and record. So typically, what mood is Manish in when he records?
Shit. It depends on the vibe. Most of the vibes that I like are like, you know, hype type of beats. You know what I'm saying? I like that pick, that upbeat. You know what I'm saying? And,
I Can't.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay.
Right.
Makes sense.
Ain't Playing. You know, even off the first track, off the first album. You know, so I like those anthem style beats. So usually I'm in that rah mood. You know what I mean? Just wanting to give a motherfucker the business.
And you know what? That was a special dynamic when you pointed out anthems, because anthems eventually become tradition, and people will always associate certain songs with anthems, and then certain songs are just, I guess, songs, right?
Right.
And that's the vibe that I got from MAMBA HUSSLE. But we're gonna express more on that further down the interview, man.
Sure.
We gotta lock in on some more questions, actually. So,
Yeah.
where do you typically record? Home studio, quote unquote traditional studio? What's up with that?
I've got a full studio at home, so I've built it piece by piece. So, but I like to be in an environment where I don't have to think about this side of it, the engineering side of it. You know what I mean? I like to just go into my mind frame and be able to focus on the energy and the vibe that I'm trying to create from a lyrical aspect.
So what advantages have you found from recording at home as opposed to recording in a traditional studio?
Well, more than anything, you can practice. You know what I mean? It's good exercise more than anything.
At home?
Yeah, at home for sure. Yeah, when you get on the court, man, you don't want to be practicing. It's
Absolutely.
game time. It's game time.
Right.
It's game time. So
you want to be able to display what you've been practicing, right?
Absolutely.
And then I guess recording at home, it gives you, I guess, a better reference when you actually come to the studio because you're prepared, right?
Typically, and I say that because sometimes I'll go in with the mind frame of recording, you know, a certain song or a certain series of songs, and I might do something completely different. It really just depends on the vibe and how I'm feeling and the direction I want to go in. And, it's an emotional thing for me.
Where was Yola recorded? Yo, LA.
I did that one in. Matter of fact, what did I do? Yola, I did that one in Albuquerque.
Okay, so you were on the road traveling?
Yeah.
Picked up a studio, felt the vibe?
Yeah, getting that work, man, chasing the bread, you know. Yes, sir.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And then MAMBA HUSSLE was recorded here?
Yeah, exactly.
So you got 3 recent singles
Yeah.
that are out right now. I Can't, Yola, that we've been talking about. I Can as well. And the most recent banger, MAMBA HUSSLE.
The streets was waking, we're collectively missing nip. Not just in the streets, but even in fucking Copa-Reeks. Didn't need to meet a motherfucker face to face just to appreciate that the marathon ain't no motherfucking race. Prolific spirits helping you create the pace. Messages in my motion creating their own fucking space. This music banging in your ear, but it's all about the taste. Personal gratification's making you a disgrace. Making you give me space. Making you catch me a case.
Let's talk about it, man. What's up with him?
Mamba Hustle is just that, it's that daily reminder, you know, to make sure we stay on our A game and understand what Kobe and Nip was trying to convey to us, you know what I'm saying? It's just you have that Mamba mentality no matter what arena you're in, you know what I'm saying, or what you do on a daily to keep you motivated and to create that work ethic, you know what I'm saying, but to have that Mamba mentality, you know, and that's just that killer instinct, you know, and to go for it and no, without any excuses or anything. That's what I took from it, and that's what I'm trying to give back.
Absolutely. Let's talk about the feeling and kind of describe it. The visual behind Mamba Hustle.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the video is it's you.
Mm-hmm.
You rap you project a lot of emotion.
Mm-hmm.
I felt it, and it kind of coincide with the lyrics to what was the feeling that actually shooting the visual to Mamba Hustle?
I had a lot of mixed emotions because, you know, it's definitely not how I wanted to introduce myself, you know what I'm saying, more than anything, but I feel like it was necessary just because they've done so much for me. I mean, both of them have been real influential, you know what I'm saying? Nipsey from the lyrical aspect, because I could relate to a lot of the stuff, you know what I'm saying, that I started listening to Nip in like 06, 07.
Early Nip.
Yeah,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? Like Bullets Ain't Got
No
No
Name,
Yeah,
right.
exactly. Volume 1.
Absolutely.
So the feeling, it was, you know, it like I said, it was real emotional just because, you know, being a diehard Laker fan too, and loving Kobe, man, and everything that, you know, that he's done, you know, not only on the court but within the community, man. It's been paramount, you know what I'm saying? And so when I'm doing the song, you know, I'm thinking about the song and thinking about, you know, just wanting to pay homage in my own way, you know what I'm saying, where, you know, I'm using them as an example, if you will, you know what I'm saying, of having that same mentality, you know what I'm saying, of pushing through and continuing to move forward, you know what I'm saying, and with no excuses and no nothing, you know, but get it done. You know?
So, got a question too. So, if neither one of them would have passed away,
Mm-hmm.
do you feel like you would have used them as a staple for a song?
That is a good question. It's hypothetical. I can't. I mean, you know, them passing was a huge motivator. You know, but I've been paying homage. You know what I'm saying? There's some early Nips, some early songs that I did. You know, paying homage to Nip. You know, that I recorded years ago. You know what I'm saying? And so to give you an example, I mean, I just hadn't done anything for Kobe, but you know, the thoughts were already there of doing something, you know, to pay tribute because he was my favorite player and
It made sense.
Yeah, absolutely,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely,
And you feel like you grew up with Kobe, huh?
absolutely, absolutely.
I got that feeling too.
Yeah,
Who produced Mamba Hustle?
that's Jelly Roll.
Okay.
Yeah, classic Jelly Roll, man. He actually did. He did that and I Can't.
How'd that connection come about?
We know a lot of the same people, man, and it's just, you know, dope energies attract, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I reached out to him on IG, you know what I'm saying, and like I said, we're already connected and stuff, and I love Jelly. I mean, I love Jelly's beats from like Exhibit days, you know what I'm saying? Shit. Jelly's a monster. So,
Yeah.
you know, him and Battle Cat, you know what I mean, are just
That signature clap.
I'm telling you. Yeah, there's nothing like it. It's that West Coast staple.
Absolutely. So when we talk about sounds that you enjoy,
Mm-hmm.
how would you describe your sound in general musically? Do you have a signature sound, or is it just however you're feeling?
I think it's definitely however I'm feeling, and really the beat is influential. You know, I like to hear the beat and feel the beat before I go in. I gotta catch that rhythm.
How do you feel that you've grown musically throughout the years?
Well, growing up, I looked at music differently. You know, I felt the vibe. I really didn't care about the words. It was more of the vibe that I was tuned into.
Something you can dance to?
Or just a feeling, tapping into a certain feeling, you know what I'm saying? You know, if I'm on that fuck the world shit, I turn some shit on, you know what I mean? If I'm on some chill shit, some smoking shit, I'll turn something completely different on, you know what I mean?
Everything is vibe based.
Yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Where now, you know, I'm creating the vibe, you know, and and maybe I'll hear a beat that just inspires me to do something, you know what I mean? And so just hearing that beat, you know, could create the vibe in itself. And you know,
talking about creating vibes, this question just popped up in my head. You ever hear a beat, say at night, listen to it, you start working on the cadence and like the subject matter and the things that you want to talk about, and then the next day you get into the booth, whether it's home studio or it's traditional studio, and you write something totally different to the same beat that you heard the night prior?
Oh yeah. Or even go in a different direction. Like I've started to go a certain direction and maybe I didn't finish the verse or the whatever, and you know, I might switch it and go a whole different direction. Talk about
different feeling, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
What song in particular? If you could just like...
I've done, would I do that too? Or
that you've done it to, that you have out now?
I would say that I have out now. That would have to be... It would have to be the one that comes to the first mind, because I've done it a few times, is I Can't.
Oh, dope.
Yeah,
okay.
I Can't. Okay. Yeah, because I Can't it's left up to perspective, you know.
Absolutely.
What I mean? I can't what? That. Like,
right.
Know, I can't fuck with that bullshit,
right.
You know. I can't get jiggy with that shit.
Absolutely.
You know, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, but no, it's and that's the fun of it, is just giving different perspectives of I can't and things I can't
for sure
do or be.
No doubt.
They shot up the Vegas Strip, lined and undermined nip, turned 6'9" from a quick flip into a battle of a snitch versus a snitch. So take your fucking pick. Where I come from, a bitch is a fucking bitch, and we don't give no fucks about no bitches bitching about being no motherfucking bitch.
So what's up next for the Managed Music brand? Can we expect more singles?
Oh yeah.
Or another full tape soon? What's going on, man? Talk to me.
You know, I feel confident in saying I got enough work to do a few more tapes. You know what I mean? I'm ready to go. There's a lot of stuff I still need to record. I write all my stuff. You know what I mean? So I just need to record. But I base that on, you know, how I'm feeling at the moment. You know what I mean? Like, but to answer your question, you know, I've got the visuals coming behind within the next few weeks for Yola. We're gonna do a Yola video, and I'm definitely gonna release some new singles here real soon. So
let's talk about the Yola visual coming up, man. You want to leak out a little bit? What's the scenery for that? What's the ambiance?
It's different colored rooms.
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay, I see where you're going with it.
Different colored rooms.
Okay.
Yep.
Because Yola, which is Yo LA, that's a message. Okay, so different color rooms. I think I kind of see where you're going with it, but I'm excited to see it nonetheless.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's talk about influence. You consider yourself a brand, right?
Definitely.
Just a movement.
Definitely.
How do you want your music to influence the world?
By giving people hope and courage and insight when they feel down or when they feel like they can't do something. You know what I mean? I want my music to help be their reminder that you fucking can. And there shouldn't be no bullshit excuses about it. You know? Just like the word, I use the word bitch a lot in my lyrics, and there's a reason behind that. I actually spell bitch with a Y, because the real question is why be one, you know? So when I'm talking about or referring to a bitch in my lyrics, I'm not necessarily talking about a woman. I'm talking about the mentality.
It's not derogatory.
It's the mentality.
Okay.
That inferior mentality.
A state of being?
Of being weak. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm glad you were able to clarify that, because you use it in a couple words in the bar on Mamba Hustle, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So now it kind of makes sense there.
Listen to it again.
Absolutely.
Yeah, listen to it again.
Absolutely.
From that perspective.
And then you explaining it now, for me, the entire paradigm of the song shifts now, like in a good way.
Right.
Now I can look at it a little differently now. Because I was going to ask you about that too. You must be psychic too, man.
It's a vibe. Energies don't lie.
Describe Mamba Hustle, the most recent single out by Manish, in 3 words.
Influential, homage, and dedication.
Whatever, you on a marathon, you know, so.
Tony Franco Films.
Was waking, we're collectively missing nip. Not just in the streets, but even in fucking corporates. Didn't need to meet a motherfucker face to face just to appreciate that the marathon ain't no motherfucking race. Prolific spirits helping you create the pace. Messages in my motion creating their own fucking space. This music banging in your ear, but it's all about the taste. Personal gratification's making you a disgrace. Making you give me space. Making you catch me a case. They shot up the Vegas Strip, lined and undermined nip. Turned 6'9" from a quick flip into a battle of a snitch versus a snitch. So take your fucking pick. Where I come from, a bitch is a fucking bitch, and we don't give no fucks about no bitches bitching about being no motherfucking bitch. Come on. Mamba Hustle. Mamba Hustle. It's the Mamba Hustle. It's the Mamba Hustle. Mama number 8, making you hate the fadeaway, but make no mistakes. Your ankles are catching the brakes, all bean and no jelly, unless it's the California motherfucking shake. Constricting your breathing like a snake. Black Mamba on that ass, who else can relate? Missing Kobe like a motherfucker, ain't talking about no steak. Vanessa standing on your side through the ups and downs, ins and outs. God don't make no motherfucking mistakes. Gotta carry out the vision of one of the fucking greats, but you got an advantage. Look at this fucking place. LA like a motherfucker, holding you like a vase, holding you like an ace. Kobe and Nip holding you up like the championship cup. This the Lake Show, ho, that's what's up. So fuck what you thought it was. This the Mamba Hustle.
Mentality simply means trying to be the best version of yourself. That's what the mentality means. It means every day, you're trying to become better. And it's a constant quest. It's an infinite quest.